One chibe one kedi fomelani onyendu nebe anyarachi kedi fomela kanyi chetakwa nakaya jacha ofonogu koji eteje arune meno bodo koji eti ututu danyasi afufu nata akwa makobi wane chukwu kikai arire bonu mo Biafra kuyenu ode chichi akodo kwanye kaji anye nosi chichi kanyi kulienu rano my people get it from hello aji bon wananyasi get it from hello wane chibe wane ya get it from hello onyendu nebe anyanachi get it from hello kanyi cheta nakaya diocha get it from hello aji bon wananyasi get it from hello wane chibe wane ya get it from hello onyendu nebe anyanachi get it from hello kanyi cheta kwa nakaya diocha. Indigenous people, they want to kill. Chugwaki kebiko do, they want to kill. Osemenu ko, I get it from hello. I chibon wananyasi, get it from hello. One chibe one get it from hello. Onyendu nebe anyanachi, get it from hello. Kanyi cheta nakaya diocha get it from hello. Aji bon wananyasi get it from hello. Wane chibe wane ya get it from hello. Onyendu nebe anyanachi get it from hello. Kanyi cheta kwa nakaya diocha. Biafra is all he asks for. Every night and day he's shouting and pointing to one direction. But his own people are blind and saying it's causing division. Tell me why someone will sacrifice his life for you and I? Tell me why out of sight has become out of our mind. He's asking for nothing and cares about not for his people emancipation. No. But there is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. He doesn't care about nothing and abandon his family. Yeah, no. Take your time and think what he's going through. He doesn't want to give up but to protect you.
I cannot hear you.
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Good evening, great Biafrans, lovers of freedom. Today is the 16th day of December 2023, the year of our Lord. The time is exactly 4:24 p.m. Biafra time, Europe time. I welcome you to today's program on BiafraTV Europe. My name is Ejiro, I am an Urobo-speaking Biafran from Ugeli in Delta State, Biafra land. With me here in the studio is our brother, fearless evangelist. Mazi, introduce yourself to Biafrans. Dewo.
Thank you. Good evening, Biafrans all over the world. From here, I remain the fearless IPOB evangelist, Mazi. I am from Ndiabo. Ndiabo is in Aninri. Aninri is a local government in Ejiro province, Biafra land. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi, for that introduction. Today, we'll be talking about our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Like we all know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the symbol of freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an icon of freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet. We call him a prophet because everything that he have prophesied have come to pass, and so many are still unveiling in our own eyes today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a man who have committed no crime known to law. Today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is like the freedom of the is representing the freedom of the African people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya by the Nigeria government with the help of some Southeast politicians for their desperate political positions. Before we dive into the topic of today, I would like to use this opportunity to thank Ogenojuwu, Chukwokika Abiyama, Abasi, Tamuno, Osalubwa for preserving the life of our supreme great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and for using him to expose the contraption called Nigeria. I will also thank Ogenojuwu for our formidable DOS led by Mazi Chika Edoziem for their leadership quality in managing this noble family and not allowing the enemies recruited by the Nigeria government to penetrate. Lastly, I must not forget to thank God, Chukwokika Abiyama Ogenojuwu Ogenolise Abasitamuno, to thank him for IPOB Media Warriors and IPOB Worldwide, and also Biafran sympathizers for your support towards the restoration of Biafra. I must say, Wado Umuchineke, they won't know So, like we all know, yesterday was the 15th day that was scheduled for the judgment of our supreme leader. It was a final judgment. We all know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu really has nothing to be judged, but let us leave it the way they presented it to us. So yesterday, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had a final judgment in the Supreme Court in Abuja after he was acquitted and discharged by the Court of Appeal in Umuahia and Abuja. Of course, we were not surprised at the outcome, as we already know how Nigeria operates. But nevertheless, we must continue. We are going to be deliberating on yesterday's court judgment. Our fearless evangelist is here to throw more lights on the issues to enable our people back home and worldwide in the diaspora to understand better. I have some couple of questions to ask you, Mazi, fearless evangelist. So Biafrans, stay tuned and make sure you share this program, share it widely, and let it go viral. Thank you. Mazi Maduabuchi, as an IPOB member, were you surprised at the judgment, or should I call it result, from the Supreme Court yesterday, asking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go back to the High Court of Justice to do exactly what? So over to you, Mazi. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much for that very question. The very Supreme Court Injustice's decision yesterday, 15/12/2023, have always been IPOB experience in Nigerian court. But we were patiently following them throughout every court proceedings from level to another level, because we want to draw them outside the field so that the world can see them. We knew that, as our leaders said it in their federal high court, that they don't obey court order, that he is there in their supreme to show it to the world that Nigeria can never move forward. They always believe backwardness. That's why they move from supreme down to federal high court on no respect to the appeal, because they refuse to do what they are supposed to do by going to negotiate with Nnamdi Kanu in a normal way, by freeing him and do so. So they go to Supreme and disgrace themselves. So we don't see it as a surprise. Nnamdi Kanu have been securing victories in Nigerian courts since 2015 till today. And this one that happened is to show the world that Nigeria have nothing to say that Nnamdi Kanu did to them. Because the very Bintanyako they referred us to, the case have been in the court of Bintanyako. Bintanyako have never questioned a single army. What did you go to his house to do? I think so many questions are still coming. Let me not finish this all now. But it is not a surprise to us, after all. We knew, and our leader told us, that Nigeria does not obey their own court order. And we have seen it. The Supreme Court is a signatory to disobedience to court order, because they are supposed to uphold the very judgment, knowing that they have already condemned the way Nnamdi Kanu was brought back to Nigeria. I don't know what they are going to Federal High Court to judge again, when the way he was brought back, Nigeria is guilty. Are you going to judge him when Nigeria is also guilty of the way they brought him? Why not look into the extraordinary rendition? Why not based on that and free him? So I don't know what they are going to Federal High Court to do. I don't know. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi, for that wonderful answer from you. Of course, like you rightly said, we are not surprised, because we already know what the Nigerian government is capable of doing. We know that they are so ashamed of themselves as it is now. So we are going to go into the next questions. But before we do that, I would like us to listen, to watch and pay attention to the interview that was granted by our Emirable barrister, Ifeanyi Ejiro. So Biafrans, stay tuned. Let me bring in the video. So after that video, or other questions will be coming in. Thank you very much. Showing your video. Okay, I think your device is having trouble showing your video. Try sharing again. Okay, let me do that once more.
Off on the camera. What's your camera? First of all, let me apologize to you for the manner in which you are restricted from coming inside the court today. We also victim because one of my junior lawyer, Mr. Chimwanya, will also not allow access to the court today. So I discovered this a policy they introduced only to checkmate those who are coming inside. But they insisted you must come along with the ID card, or otherwise you will not be allowed access. So, and we're not there to fight them. All the idea is just to get justice. Yes. And unfortunately, what has happened has happened. Today, the one that came up for judgment in appeal filed by the government, federal government against the decision of appeal. So, in summary, those who were inside will also confirm collaborate the situation and get personal plan. So, in summary, the court condemned in its entirety the version of Nnamdi Kanu's policies and the September 2017. So court condemned him to brutality and also blame his eventual escape from being killed. Blame it on the government because the court said someone has been brought before the court and his matter adjourned for hearing. And if in the course of enjoying the bail granted, then the federal government discovered he has committed offense or breached the bail condition, he will simply come to court and apply for that bail to be revoked or amend the charge. But in this case, they went to his house to invade the premises to kill him. Then at the same time, come to the court to apply for the bail granted him to be revoked. So the court not only condemned the fact that his house was invaded by the federal government security agents, it also condemned the fact that the federal court granted order revoking his bail. So order revocation of his bail was also condemned by the Supreme Court today. Then the court, thirdly, blamed the federal government and also condemned the brute force in which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted in Kenya and extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. The court found the international law that condemned is noble, but courts likened the manner in which Nnamdi Kanu was abducted in Kenya to a situation whereby a security agent has gone for search in the premises, so and without search warrant. The court said, though the act of going into a premises to conduct search is condemnable and not allowed by law, but the fact that there are injectable materials found because of that search, that inequality will not affect those materials to determine the cost of the search. So what the court, that's what the narrative becomes, or kind of analogy the court drawn at the point he was so the court said, no, the manner in which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu abducted Kenya and extraordinary rendition to Nigeria is illegal and unconstitutional. But that will not affect the fact that Nigerian law has to take its place. What does it mean by Nigerian law taking its place? That since he's already in Nigeria, that he must go back to the federal high court to face the trial. That's some of what happened today. So of course, you're aware that the federal government had before now 5-10 count charge, which were related to its competence, portion to which the court struck out, the federal high court struck out 8 count many some. So and we appeal against it. Eventually today the court said we are going back to court to find federal high court for him to face that many count charge. So this is some of what happened today in court. And it's not within our prerogative to condemn Supreme Court because this is final court of the land. So we are going back to federal high court to follow the law. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Is there any date set for that?
Yeah,
no. We're expected to follow up because of course we allow the federal government time to do that at their own convenience. Of course, by January ending, we are saying there. So we're going to follow up to ensure that a date is given as quick as possible. Also between now and Monday, we're going to get a date.
Thank you very much.
Anthony, if I may ask,
yeah, so thank you, Mazi. Yeah, I just saw that now. Thank you so much. So after watching this video, we can see that Barrister Ejiro used some very key words, you know, like the court condemns the invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's home. The court condemns revocation, you know, etc. The court condemns the extraordinary rendition. So the first question I would ask is, the Nigeria court condemning the invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's home in 2017. Now, the Nigeria court blamed the Nigeria army for the invasion in a judiciary in a judiciary form or term. What does this really signify?
Come again with that question. Come again.
What does it signify for the Nigeria court to condemn the invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's home in 2017? You know, the fact that the court condemns it. So in a judiciary term, if a court should condemn, you know, such, so what does it signify? What does it really mean to you? To you, if you can tell us, you know.
Okay, thank you. You know, that's what I actually meant initially, that there is confusion there. The confusion is by the Supreme Court referring Nnamdi Kanu back to the Federal High Court when they themselves have already found Nigeria guilty. They found them guilty of extraordinary rendition. They found the army guilty because already condemned. The court, not me, not the government, the court condemned. If it is an individual, the individual will be convicted. Just that is a country, or that is a nation. So the court condemns it. Means that Nnamdi Kanu is freed. Even the judgment of the Supreme is dancing to the tune of the appeal court, because everything we are talking about, the head of the matter is that the way Nnamdi Kanu was brought back to Nigeria is not the best way. If Nnamdi Kanu should face trial, they should follow the rightful way to bring him back to face trial. Now, before you talk about the trial of Nnamdi Kanu of any kind, you must talk about how did he come back? Because there was invasion of his house, which Nigeria was busy presenting to the world that he jumped bail, he need to come and stand his trial. But when Nnamdi Kanu was brought back to Nigeria 2021, what we saw from the Nigerian federal government was amended count charges. We were even expecting them to come and say these very charges or the very warrant that he was granted bail on, this is what we will face now. But to my surprise, all the charges against Nnamdi Kanu 2021-2022 was from 2018 to 2021. For example, count 3 of the 15 amended count charges of federal government against Nnamdi Kanu, prepared against Nnamdi Kanu, they said that you, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, from Isiama Faruku, Umuahia, North, Abia State, from 2018 to 2021, professed, in other words, claimed to be a leader, stroke member of a proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. What I want to check there is the date. This is what they brought in. Now, what about 2017? What about 2016? What about 2015? They refuse to prepare charges that pertains this very year that they attack Nnamdi Kanu. The only thing that come up from there is the transmitter issue. That is count 15 of the 15 amended count charges. Count 15. That is all about transmitters. But every other one was NSAS, unknown gunmen, attack on government facilities. But these are the people that told the world he jumped bail. But when they brought him back to Nigeria, they refused to present the very charges that he was granted bail on. They were coming up with amended count charges that the date is even from 2018 to 2021. So in the matter, from that very judgment, Nnamdi Kanu have already been discharged again by the court, condemning the way he was brought back to Nigeria. Automatically, that is what we seek from them. Because if you could be able to stand firmly and condemn the way he was brought back to Nigeria, which appeal court also condemned, that is to say, there is no need of trying Nnamdi Kanu than to allow him to go based on the very extraordinary rendition which Nigeria is guilty of. So I think this is what I will offer on this very question. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Mazi, for that wonderful explanation. In other words, it signifies, it means that a judiciary term, if we should apply it, if a court should condemn an act, that means the court is eventually saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free of whatever charges or allegations that is labeled against him. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, we are going. Let's continue with it.
Talk about extraordinary rendition first. You must talk about extraordinary rendition first before any charges, because that one must be the best.
Okay, thank you so much, Mazi. We are getting there. So now I have the second question for you. So the Court of Appeal in Umuahia, we all saw that when the Court of Appeal in Umuahia, when they cancelled the term used by the Nigerian media, they were all using the term saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. Initially, this was what they were saying, the media, the Nigerian media, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. But you know, let me use a more grammatical term, revocation of bail. Okay, so the Supreme Court, okay, yesterday also condemning it, you know, they are also condemning the revocation of bail, which means that the court condemns all the charges against the defendant. Okay, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who happens to be the defendant, okay, the courts condemned this revocation of bail that was labeled against him, which the appeal court itself condemned already. Okay, now it sounds like a victory that they don't know how to present it, that this man has won this case, you know, because how is it possible that you condemning the person that brought a case and then you are, you are condemning the act presented to you? Then what does this really tells the people of Nigeria? I mean, those who feel that they have a judiciary system. Why is it so difficult for the judiciary to just do the needful by just pronouncing a word in the Supreme Court instead of trying to shy away from their responsibilities or trying to push it to a lower court? So Mazi, what do you really have to say? Is this like a victory to us? Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have been victorious all the while. First of all, before I go to that very Umaha verdict, it happened on the 19th of January 2022. It was a state high court judgment, state high court, that have the jurisdiction to look into the issue of attack on the Nnamdi Kanu's home. Right now, the very state high court judgment, I will first of all touch the victories of Nnamdi Kanu, because we must make sure that the world is aware. We are keeping these records because on the 17th of December 2015, because immediately they return back to this place, we must remind them. I don't know what they want from Bintanyako's court, but we will remind them that Honorable Justice Ademola of the Federal High Court on the issue bordering terrorism, charges bordering terrorism and treasonable felony, discharged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the 17th of December 2015 unconditionally. The same Nigerian government refused to allow him to go. Now, upon that, they took Nnamdi Kanu to the court of Honorable Justice John Sohu. Now, there is a confusion there. When DSS disobeyed the court order, 17th of December 2015, there was no fresh detention warrant from another court, because what was presented to the court was the warrant. And immediately the warrant was discharged, it was signed and stamped. That is to say, automatically that very detention warrant, which Justice Ademola discharged, have become invalid and unpresentable to any court as a detention warrant keeping Nnamdi Kanu. Now, that's why I questioned them. I asked DSS, which detention warrant did you present to the court of John Soho? Now, is it a new detention warrant? When the other judge have ruled on that warrant and discharged Nnamdi Kanu, then I asked them, which court issued a fresh detention warrant when DSS disobeyed court order? That is to say, from that very December 17 till today, they have been taking Nnamdi Kanu to court with invalid detention warrant, because they still moved Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the court of John Soho, because John Soho discharged him again unconditionally in 2016. They moved the case to the court of Justice Ahmed Mohammed, a Fulani man. Ahmed Mohammed told DSS to go and obey the previous court rulings. Now I begin to ask them, which particular warrant was moving from court to court, from court to court, from court to court? After this court discharged this one, which court issued fresh detention warrants? Now, I begin to ask Justice Bintanyaku, which particular warrant did you grant Nnamdi Kanu bail? Is it the same warrant that has been already been discharged from Ademola to John Soho, from John Soho to Ahmed Mohammed? Which particular warrant did you grant Nnamdi Kanu bail? I know why I'm hitting them, because it is holding them tight. This place is holding them. Now, let us go to the very Umaha verdict. The very verdict, 19th of January 2022, condemned ruled that Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail, but he escaped military assassination attempt. And he also ruled that Nigeria should pay him compensation. and also ruled that Nigeria should apologize to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the court also ruled that Nigeria should meet Nnamdi Kanu for discussion, which is exactly what they are supposed to do. Referring it back to judgment, to start trial, is it a trial to achieve what? That we did not achieve in the court of Ademola, that we did not achieve in the court of Johnson, Nigeria disobeyed. Which other victory do they want us to achieve in the court of incompetent Binta Mutlanyaku, who threw away our suit, our complaint, bordering the invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's house on the March 2019? Injustice Fatima Binta Mutlanyaku, that very woman, that Fulani woman, she threw it away. We complain about the invasion of his house. This woman was busy demanding that Abaribe should be brought to court. The Jewish rabbi should be brought to court. The Igbo businessman, billionaire, the businessman in Abuja should be brought to court. And this very Binta gave the Mietiala, this very terrorist, northern terrorist organization, to be threatening Abaribe. Hey, Abaribe should be arrested. Where is Nnamdi Kanu? But Binta was very, very incompetent to demand for the army. That is a very serious confusion there. So now, from this very point, you understand that Nigeria have been running away from this very case of the invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's house. That's why they came up with amended crime charges bordering NSAS. They said initially there was a charge. They said that you, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, incited members of the public to go and destroy government properties in Lagos or transport big company in Lagos. And we destroy it in court. Our lawyers destroy it because Nnamdi Kanu does not command members of the public. He commands IPOB. Now they come back and change it that he incited members of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. But we are not the people that started NSAS. That is to say, they have been running away from this very matter, which they return back to. Now I ask them, will they try this matter without extraordinary rendition? Now we ask them, will they present the army that invaded Nnamdi Kanu's house if they continue in this trial? Thank you. I will drop it because more questions, I think more questions are coming. Thank you.
Wow, that's laudable, Mazi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sure that they are watching you and they are like, wow, this is even like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They think that holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will completely silence Biafrans for speaking. They don't even know that it was the greatest mistake they have ever made. You know, talking about the extraordinary rendition, this brings me to the next question. You know, the Nigeria Supreme Court yesterday also condemned the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If after all these condemnations they made, you know, and then the court asking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go back to a lesser court, okay, because the Supreme Court is the highest court in Nigeria. Even our barrister said it yesterday that the Supreme Court has the final say. But for the fact that the Supreme Court condemning the extraordinary rendition and then asking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go back to the High Court. So, I mean, Mazi, what does this really mean? What precisely? How can we are not lawyers. We do not have degrees of, you know, of law. But to us as the common people, we can really see that there is something really fishy. Please, can you throw more light on this, please? Thank you very much.
Thank you. To me, the trial of Nnamdi Kanu have ended. What the Supreme Court just ruled on is the persecution of Nnamdi Kanu, not prosecution. Nnamdi Kanu have faced prosecution from 2015 till today. Even as his house was invaded, Lai Mohammed was threatening Israeli government to repatriate Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria upon the killings of 28 men. Now, throughout all the courts, as I have mentioned, they have never won Nnamdi Kanu, they have never defeated him. Do you know that upon the proscription of IPOB, illegal proscription of IPOB, they have never convicted a single IPOB family member? Now, what are they looking for in trial? Again, another trial. After all the trial, which charges are they going to present that does not bother terrorism, that does not bother treason, that does not bother all these things? Is there any other charge that is different from all these charges? The new charge Is it a new charge that nobody have had it before? I mean, is it not in the criminal code? All the charge they will bring, tell me the one that Nnamdi Kanu have not faced. Which other charge will they bring that they want us to look into? That you will look into all the charges against Nnamdi Kanu, that if you count them, it will be counting like more than 50 from 2015 till today. Tell me a new charge they will prepare that will not be bordering terrorism, that will not be bordering treason. Tell me. So what are they applying now is a delay tactics. But we will show them that we are tired of trial and we will not continue with persecution. We follow them throughout the prosecution because they presented it to the world that Nnamdi Kanu defend himself in court. Nnamdi Kanu have defended himself in court. So for Nigeria, instead of them to admit that Nnamdi Kanu have defeated them, they ended up referring back to trial. Tell me the charges in that trial. What charges? Do they write that Buhari died? Nnamdi Kanu said that Buhari died. Do they write it? Nnamdi Kanu said that Buhari molested Aisha at the age of 9 years. Do they write it? Nnamdi Kanu said that Buhari destroyed Aisha at the age of 13 years. Do they write it? Nnamdi Kanu said that wherever Muslim gather in Nigeria, that even if he's 5 years old Fulani, he will lead in prayer. Do they write it in the charges? They were there singing song. They call it charges. What next? Is it not delay tactics? And we will not continue with that rubbish because we have faced trial for how many years? Throughout the whole Buhari government, complete 8 years, Nnamdi Kanu have faced trial. So what the else? Which trial again? Which trial is the charges they want to prepare now from heaven or is from pit of hell that have never been mentioned upon the head of Nnamdi Kanu in the court? I want to know the charges. There is no valid charges that have no reference in all the charges that they have prepared against Nnamdi Kanu. Instead of them to go to free Nnamdi Kanu and discuss with him, they are going back here. So we are not welcoming all those rubbish. The trial of Nnamdi Kanu ended on the 13th day of October 2022. We just went to the Supreme for them to give their judgment based on the justice given by the appeal court. That's all. We never demand for injustice. IPOB calls for justice. But Nigeria is the people pushing into injustice. Now, if Supreme Court can be bold enough to reverse a case to where we have crossed, even in the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, there was no case submission. We did not find any no case submission that Nnamdi Kanu will not say anything. It is before you reverse this kind of case was in a trial whereby the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu filed no case submission. The no case submission means that the only thing you will say in the court is to take plea, which is, are you guilty or not? And he will say, I'm not guilty because it's a capital offense. That's the only thing he will say. Then the trial will continue. Both clause of examination, the one they used to ask you by 7:30 a.m. 22/3/2022, were you there or not? So it is yes or no. It is clause of examination. He will not go through that one. If they file no case submission, they will just, after taking plea, trial will continue. The lawyers will be speaking on his behalf. But there was no case submission filed. But if there was no case submission filed, then there will be a point where the judgment will reach. Then the judges would like to hear from him. That is when they will bounce the no case submission and the trial begins afresh. That is the only matter. How you can start this trial afresh. Had they filed no case submission, it means closing his mouth up. There is an argument that the prosecutor will throw in. Then it will request that they need to hear from the accused person. And on that, they will bounce the no case submission. Now, if Nigeria can hear and call Supreme Court to call for a run of election, Supreme Court refused. They told Tinubu to continue. Why should Supreme Court call for a run? It is just like a run on the case of Nnamdi Kanu. But the issue of Tinubu stealing the mandate of people, the Nigerians that voted, they called that the Supreme Court should call for error. They ran away from it. But in our own matter, they call for error, and we are not accepting it. We are not on our big court judgment will stand. What Nigeria is taking us to is they are taking us to back to the history that said on our will stand. Because on our big court judgment will stand. Whatever they like, they can do that one there. Whatever they like. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Mazi, for this wonderful submission. I believe that Biafrans all over the world, you are getting the message. Fearless is doing justice to this issue, because I see that some of our people were so confused, even though it was clearly, even though they didn't use the word that Mazi won the case, but it was based on the fact that the court condemned the plaintiff. Okay, the plaintiff was condemned. All his allegations, everything was thrown into the trash, which means that the defendant has won the case. Okay, so but some people are still confused, because judiciary term is not that easy for the common man to understand. But the way you are breaking it down is I believe that the Biafrans will really get the message, and they will understand that indeed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have gotten another victory, because it has always been victory. So this is another victory for Biafrans. So thank you so much. I will bring up the video of our barrister again. There is something I want to pick out from there. Let me bring back the.
Is it right for any matter brought before the
this is the question. Let's
to refer back to the junior court as a federal law? No. We're expected to follow up, because of course we allow the federal government time to do that at their own convenience. Of course, by January ending, they are said there. So we're going to follow up to ensure that a date is given. As quick as possible. Possibly between our Monday, we're going to get a date.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Anthony, if I may ask, is it right for any matter brought before the Supreme Court?
I want us to listen to the question asked by this, I think he's a journalist, so it's very, very important, because this is the next question, please.
To ensure that a date is given. As quick as possible. Possibly between our Monday, we're going to get a date.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Anthony, if I may ask, is it right for any matter brought before the Supreme Court to refer back to the junior court as a federal law? The appeal, this matter is a live matter before the High Court. So an appeal was filed against the President of the High Court. Small appeal. They eventually ended the Supreme Court today. So the Supreme Court has the prerogative to even order for a trial or for hearing in the event of a small case. The Supreme Court has the matter to direct the High Court to hear the matter again or to the trial. So in this case, we are going back to the court. As you know, the matter was done before the High Court. So now we're going back to the High Court to continue the trial. So it's within the right of the law.
From Federal High Court, is there any need that are going to proceed from Federal High Court back to Court of Appeal, then back to Supreme Court where they are coming from now?
I do not think the need will arise. But if the need arises, we are going to do that further out again.
Okay.
In the course of the trial, discovered any irregularity or problem. If the need arises for us to appeal against any decision of the Federal High Court, of course, we can go to court appeal.
From there to Supreme Court.
Sure. Thank you so much for coming. May God bless you. I wish you stay Thank you.
Yeah, there's something Barrister Ejiro said when the man was asking if it is right for a Supreme Court to refer back a case that was brought to the Supreme Court for a final judgment, referring the case back to the High Court, So Barrister replied and said, there's something he said. He said, what does Nigerian law, he was saying that Nigerian law has to take its place, okay? So now the question I want to ask is that, what does Nigerian law has to take its place truly mean when a defendant has been discharged and our barrister said 7 count charges are still remaining, because it was 15 before the 8 was struck out, it was 15. So now it remains 7 count charges. So against the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, now the barrister, our barrister said that they have appealed. Okay, they have appealed. So to my own understanding, as a common person who haven't known knowledge about law, okay, the Supreme Court has already given a victorious judgment based on their pronouncement. Okay, but asking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go back to the High Court to face the remaining 7 court charges, count charges, which of course we know this is already dead on arrival. Okay, now Mazi, sending back a defendant to a lower court after condemning the plaintiff. Okay, what do you think? What do you think the Supreme Court is truly? What do you think about the competency of the Nigeria Supreme Court? Because I really, even though the barrister is trying to use a very diplomatic way to present to the journalists, but for me, I think that I don't want to say it, but I will leave that to you. What do you think about the competency of the Nigeria Supreme Court? Thank you very much, Mazi.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. You know, what I understand from this is that the particular charges they are talking about are the charges that was struck out or that was thrashed out by the appeal court. Is that the charges?
Yes.
There were charges they took to appeal.
Yeah, that was 15. Yes, 15 count charges.
Then they destroyed like 8 in the court of Bintanyako. They took the other one to appeal. So is it that one that the Supreme Court said that he should go through that trial, that the appeal court have no jurisdiction to do that? Is it the charges?
I think that is exactly what they are referring to, because in the
Okay, if you hear from Barrister Ejiro, like you say, you see, he was trying to present legal proceedings. Do you understand? You know, because that is their line of operation. So there is no way he will come up and condemn, you see a lawyer now condemning the Supreme Court or something, no, or something. But to us, what the Supreme Court did is very, very wrong, because what they are referring us back to, we have seen it, and the court, that court have seen it. Even the very court of Bintanyako have no power, no single, okay, talk about the violation of the fundamental human rights of Nnamdi Kanu. All the rulings from Bintanyako, they said disobey it, allow him to change his clothes, allow him access to his praying material, allow him this, allow him that. All those things, there was no time Bintanyako even find DSS personnel or even mention a word like a contempt of court. So if you see Supreme Court, I know that they have condemned extraordinary rendition. Then why didn't Supreme Court, if they have something to say, why didn't them say that they are supposed to look, that they should look into the extraordinary rendition? Let Nigeria explain how Nnamdi Kanu was brought back. That's what the Supreme Court should have been pointing at. They are referring back to trial. To me, it shows that Nnamdi Kanu have won Nigeria, because there is no more trial. The charges there that was struck out by the appeal court, the appeal said that it have nothing. These are new amended charges that have no basis for what they are saying. But what I am seeing is that they are the instrument of delay. The Supreme Court just applied their position to delay. But Nigeria that tell them to delay Nnamdi Kanu's freedom are in the position to meet with Nnamdi Kanu and free him. That is the only country that can do that, is a country that can make positive move. But you cannot double Nnamdi Kanu there for persecution. If Nigeria can go to Supreme Court and upturn the Supreme Court to be acting like gathering of ordinary people, not even judges, then what will happen if they start trial again? They will be giving him 5 months adjournment, 6 months adjournment. So the Supreme Court just applied delay tactics, not that they have anything. What they just ruled on the condemnation of the way Nnamdi Kanu was brought back to Nigeria is for them to dodge their head from international law, from international foreign countries. You know, that's why you see them condemning the way Nnamdi Kanu was brought back to Nigeria. But at the other hand, they applied Nigerian policy, British policy, to continue trial of Nnamdi Kanu. So they play two-side games, trying to rule what they can present to the world. We condemn his extraordinary rendition. We condemn the invasion of his house, because that is the point we present. So they use brain there. They now condemn it before the world. They now reverse back to stupidity, because reversing us back to Federal High Court is stupidity. You can use your brain now and understand the game that the Supreme Court plays. They played fair before the world by condemning extraordinary rendition and the invasion of his house, to say, hey, they ruled very well, but in the other side, they call for the persecution of Nnamdi Kanu when prosecution have ended. Thank you, my sister. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Exactly. You know, they're just trying to present themselves before the world that, of course, we have made a fair judgment by condemning the extraordinary rendition, because they are following up the international news as well, knowing that the international communities have condemned the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Like I said in the beginning of this very program, that the greatest mistake that the Nigerian government made was to go and kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. If they were so aware of the law, you know, if they were so informed, I believe they wouldn't have done it. So they have made a greatest mistake, and this mistake is what is going to give room, open way for Biafra to be restored. So now, in other words, listening to your analysis, it shows that this is a strategy of delaying justice for our supreme leader. But of course, we know there is no way they can delay justice, because the highest court, we have been to the highest court, we have defeated them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has won already in the Supreme Court for the fact that the Supreme Court condemns the extraordinary rendition, condemns the invasion of his home, condemns everything that has to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Nigerian military. This is already a victory for IPOB, and of course for Biafra and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also. So this strategy, now that we are all aware that they are trying to use delay tactics, okay? So what do you think? What will be the outcome if eventually they try to be adjoining a case, like you said, 5 months, 6 months, 3 months? What do you think, Biafrans? Do you think that we should just allow it to slide? Of course, we cannot decide now, because Barrister Ejiro first said it that by next week they will be getting a date for the next hearing. Okay, so if peradventure the Nigerian government tried to play delay tactics, you know, trying to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for a reason best known to them, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu really has done nothing wrong. He has not committed any crime known to the international law or the Nigeria law. Okay, so now if they try to play this game of delaying, keeping him unjustly, what do you think, Biafrans at large? What do you think we should do, or what do you think? What should be the reaction from the Biafran people? Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Firstly, our people must understand that for Nnamdi Kanu's case between him and federal government to appear before Supreme Court is win-win. First of all, Nigeria never wanted us to be on the battlefield ground in that manner. It is a battlefield ground. It is an open war before the world, a war that you cannot deny. You cannot say, I did not do this, I did not say that. The same thing with appeal court. We drag Nigeria in the open field for the world to hear what is going on. And we have maintained that, and the world have heard what is going on. We will have no much explanation, right, in case when Nigeria's wickedness or the pronouncement or the delay tactics of this very case backfire. Because what we were following our leader to their court is to stand in solidarity with him during his trial. And we followed him throughout his trial, and we maintained, and we won the case. So for somebody to be trying to drag us into any court proceedings again. The lawyers have the right, because that is their only way of operating. Nnamdi Kanu still have the right to appear in court, or to say he will not appear in court because he have no more trial. They have to explain to him how his trial resumes. He can still say, I'm not appearing in court. After all, we are not ready to be with him. What we are saying is that IPOB have achieved what they are supposed to achieve in 2 years by neutralizing Nigerian federal government plan with insecurity in our land. So that they expected to do this thing they did now earlier. They wanted to do it earlier, but IPOB was strong. Very, very strong to their side. They don't know that the more day breaks, the more we get more stronger. They just did this one in a frustrated manner because the pressure was much. They don't even want to give judgment now. But now, they have been neutralized by IPOB. We maintain peaceful conduct, which have been our method. They set up election. It didn't work. They used IEP, Global Terrorism Index Report. It didn't work. And their instruments, the infiltrators they use, it didn't work. This time around, I love what IPOB leadership did to them, because we are not going to joke with this very time we are in. We have defeated Nigeria. We have defeated them. So what we are doing now is that we refuse to present ESN video before the court. Their anniversary was on 12th. They will not say, hey, we presented ESN, we do this. We did this because the very infiltrator they contracted lied to them. When they were claiming in charge of ESN, I'm in charge of ESN, I do this, my name is ESN, I am this, now they can hand over to me. They were trying to ridicule ESN so that Nigerian government will confirm that anytime they revise the case of Nnamdi Kanu, or anytime they kill Nnamdi Kanu or something as they were dreaming, that there will be no people to challenge them. So we, the remaining IPOB, will end up on social media. That was their target. So when they lied to them, this thing Supreme Court did, they did it based on misinformation, because the leadership of IPOB have shocked them by unveiling video. They told the Supreme Court, oh, you passed the judgment, nothing is going on, nothing will happen. And we unveiled this video. They were in shock. Before God, if they can tell themselves the truth, since yesterday, Nigerian Asraku, they have been calling, making calls on security matters. And they will be meeting, because we surprised them. We surprised them. They lied to them. They raised funds with the name of ESN. They use criminals in the name of ESN. After all, they even started releasing voice notes telling you that there is no ESN. Anybody telling you there is ESN, that person is lying. That person is this. Anybody from TOS telling you that there is ESN, the person is lying. That was when they were signaling, telling the federal government that they can go ahead. They can make their decision. They were wrongly presenting ESN to federal government, because all they do is signal to federal government. That's why the very FAFA adjournment of the case of Nnamdi Kanu is from the same very government contracted agents. If they make incitement, I would destroy IPOB media warriors in 2 weeks. Nigeria will now tell the court, Pintanyako, to give us 1 month adjournment. They will watch 2 weeks. He didn't destroy IPOB media warrior. He will raise another alarm. DOS will stop. DOS will end on the 27th of February 2022. Nigerian government will now say, okay, give them 3 months adjournment. Let us see if he can end DOS. Okay, I am in charge of ESN. I am in charge. The government will say, okay, let us see if he can hijack ESN. They will now pick 4 months adjournment. He will now say, Radio Biafra will stop talking. Stop listening to Radio Biafra. I will now launch a radio. I have launched a VOB. Nigeria is okay. Let us tell the court not to free him. Let us see if he can stop Radio Biafra. No one stopped. He now said, okay, I have launched Enter Biafra. It will replace the community radio app. All these things are agendas. This time around, Nigeria got it wrong because there is no shaking in ESN. No shaking. The only thing that left ESN are criminals. Those that have bad intention, they join ESN to practice criminality. But when they went there, the goodwill and the activities of ESN subdued them, and they was not able to perfect their criminality. So when they saw signal of criminality, they now joined them. And now ESN is sanctified. They are pure now. So those information Nigeria signaled the Supreme Court with, they fell because we are going to do our own freedom fighting. Thank God that now the world can separate freedom fighting activities with criminal activities. That's our achievement. If we now apply freedom fighting activities to free Nnamdi Kanu on our own way, because we have followed Nigeria in their own way throughout their court for 2 years. So when applying our own, the world can now say, okay, this one is freedom fighting, the other one is criminality. It is very pure now and very clear that we are not going to fold our hands. Thank you.
Thank you. Mazi, thank you so much for that wonderful work. Like you rightly said, the experiment, the infiltrator, is one of the tools that we are using to delay the freedom of our leader, a man that have been set free by the court of Nigeria, setting him free, saying that no court in Nigeria has the jurisdiction to even question him. Even the Supreme Court, I believe that Supreme Court, they also disobeyed or disrespected the pronouncement from the appeal court that said that no court in Nigeria has the jurisdiction to question Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to judge him, But that let us go to the next question. You were talking about ESN, and also you made mention of how they were using the experiment, the criminal to gain to apply their delay tactics. That was why some of the time it will come out say things that it knows that it can never achieve, things that is unachievable, because IPOB is a solid rock. IPOB is not just an organization that anybody can just come in and penetrate and then get away with it. So it tried, because of course it was paid huge amount of money. So he needed to work and work, but he worked and got exhausted, and was disgraced by IPOB media warriors, and of course IPOB at large. Now, talking about the ESM, a man that claimed to be in charge of the ESN, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu launched ESN on the 12th of 2020, okay, this guy was not even talking about Biafra yet. He was not around, okay? So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made some orders stating on Radio Biafra that nobody in diaspora should have anything to do with the ESN. Nobody should contact the ESN. He made this warning people in diaspora, including the Ekperima who came later, and also at the same time warning the gallant men who are back home. Okay, so this is an order, a standing order, that anybody that disobeyed this order, this person is not worthy to come as Nnamdi Kanu is leader. For you to be a faithful servant, you have to obey the command from your commander. So this guy came in and was bragging that he is in charge of ESN, and people following him never asked a question: when did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu even give this order to you? How can somebody that came from the outside come and be claiming ownership of something he was never part of, and he is not part of it? So this is the height of how our people can be gullible. So I'm very happy that the man who claimed to be in charge of ESN didn't even know the anniversary of the ESN. And of course, the DOS are so wise that they decided not to, put the video in the public domain until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court case. And of course, it was a shock and a surprise to the Nigeria government to see that, wow, ESN is still existing. The person we recruited to destroy this gallant man, he didn't do his job. So I'm going to play the video of our gallant men so that Biafrans will see it, and after them, then I will ask you some questions about this video. Thank you so much, Mazi.
Different deployment posts. The third anniversary of ESN in all their different deployment posts around Biafra land.
This is Eastern Security Network 3rd anniversary. The 3rd anniversary of Eastern Security Network, ESN.
Wow, 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 wow. This is very impressive, very, very impressive. I really must pass a message to these gallant men and women out there who took it upon themselves to protect and defend motherland. I send a message to you, ESN. May God bless you all for the good work you are doing for motherland. And I really must thank the DOS, like we say DOS, they used to insult the DOS that on everything, every time we say underground. This is the underground. When we tell you we don't make noise, the leadership of this movement, they are not riffraff. These are responsible men who know what they are doing, okay? How can you expect a man like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be working with people with low value, people with low class, people with, very, very, childish mentality of doing things, talking out of point, saying things that you're not capable of doing. This is a well-structured organization with men of caliber, men that are responsible, who know exactly what freedom fighting is all about, okay? So I must really appreciate our DOS. Thank you so much for the good work you are doing. And I want Biafrans to listen to something that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said about the ESN before it was renditioned. I want us to pay attention. I will just play let me say 2 or 3 seconds of this clip, because this clip is about 4 minutes long, but just some few words that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. I want us to listen. Just pay attention, please.
And protected jealously. ESN is all that we have, and we must guard and protect it jealously.
So, Mazi, did you hear the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Did you hear what he said? Or should I put, you heard it?
Yes.
He said, ESN is all that we have, and we must protect them jealously. And that is exactly what the DOS have done. Mazi, over to you. I will allow you to comment, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, my sister, very, very much. You know, ESN, some people may misunderstand ESN thinking that ESN is Biafra Army. No. ESN is a security outfit that was launched due to the inefficiency and negligence of duty of the governors from our region. And when IPOB leadership looked into what our people was complaining, the invasion of our land, as Ojukwu always mentioned, by Fulani herdsmen, they started committing crime against our people. Our people started crying out to those they voted in. IPOB wrote to them, Nnamdi Kanu wrote to them personally. No way. So we now concluded that there is no way we can restore empty land. That the Biafra we are restoring, human beings will live in it. And we cannot allow Fulani herdsmen, terrorists, and Nigerian terrorists that parade as Fulani herdsmen to wipe our people away and will now restore Biafra for grasses or animals. We said no. We have to launch a security outfit. And there is something there. It was launched based on both local and international law. That is to say, everything IPOB do is legit. Nigeria tried to turn it to IPOB arms wing. We said no. It is wrong. ESN have duty posts. ESN have boundaries of operation. ESN does not operate in communities. Rather, they operate in the bushes and forests against terrorists that came through the borders claiming they are cattle rearers. Now, that's why when federal government sent their army to come and fight ESN and destroy it, it fell. They used inside saboteurs from communities, it fell. The governors now applied force, it fell. They now tell them, okay, I have formed a bubago. Let us use inside security to fight them. They form a bubago. Their duty was to announce a bubago, but the duty of DSS was to recruit a bubago. That's why a bubago was recruited from different parts of Nigeria only to fight ESN. That is to say, ESN fights Nigerian army that came in disguise as Fulani herdsmen terrorists. ESN also fight them. I mean in the bushes, not in our township. Then ESN also confront Nigerian army that come as army fully to fight them in the bushes. ESN confront also our people in the bushes. And Nigeria now saw that when they kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, they cannot do Nnamdi Kanu's case anyhow while ESN is intact. And what actually made ESN intact? The way we finance ESN. Now, that was the key complaint of Lai Mohammed. He said, they are deceiving Nigerian citizens in abroad to contribute money to them to sponsor terrorism in Nigeria. Now, that's why the very contracted criminals, their main agenda was that's what the federal government gave to them. Destroy IPOB finance. Take power away from Nnamdi Kanu by blackmailing DOS so that the fate of the people will leave them. Destroy ESN by criminalizing them, claiming to be in charge of ESN, then raising funds internationally in the name of ESN, and when raising this fund, incite violence, that our men will do it, our men will do this, our men will enforce it, our men will, that is presenting ESN as terrorists before the world while raising the fund. It was a very serious strategy so that the world can breach the financing of IPOB. This agenda came from Lai Mohammed. They pick on it. To the extent they go into IPOB finance, they hijack Umeri account. Everything they were doing was ESN finance, ESN finance. The key point right? And the blackmail against DOS, that is taking power away from Nnamdi Kanu, because that is the powerhouse of Nnamdi Kanu. And again, dividing IPOB, right? That was their mission. But this very key point was the reason why you saw even the government contracted agent to amend his name abbreviation to ESN. That is when somebody should think what actually led to this. That is to say, Nigeria is afraid of ESN before they do Nnamdi Kanu anything. They told this man to ridicule ESN. Even people that was shouting, they don't even know what is ESN. Every criminal, they say is ESN. Now ask yourself, if Nnamdi Kanu come out and say, my name is now Kanu Nnamdi, won't you think about it? Because both on computer, both everywhere, his name is Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody now says, so that his name will match with the abbreviation you want to give, you say your name is Kanu Nnamdi. That's how one man, Nigerian Finland citizen, said that we know that his name, both on social media, is Simon Eba. Now, they don't have N. Okay, let me just say he went and brought a name that have N. If you want to call it, it will be SEN. But in order to work with ESN to match with the intention of the government, they now return Eba back and use Simon at the center. They now use it as ESN. To show you that the interest of the government is on the ESN. They want it destroyed because they cannot do Nnamdi Kanu anything when ESN is intact. But we have presented them to them because we will not say everything about ESN. What we are saying is that ESN will continue their duty on their duty post, while IPOB will apply the method of freedom fighters to free Nnamdi Kanu, and ESN remains on their duty post. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi, for that explanation. I believe that those who were deceived, listening to you, I think it will give them hope to know that, yes, the ESN is intact. The ESN is a well-trained security force. That is why, despite the infiltrator trying to drag them out, trying to make them to, to come out to say, we are not with you, we are not working with you. He kept using their names to deceive the public, to raise funds, etc. They kept mute because they know that they have to obey the structure. There is a structure in IPOB. People, you can't just come and start doing things that you feel you can do and get away with it. So IPOB is a well-structured organization. Like we all know, you just rightly said it, that the ESN was formed for the security of motherland. ESN was formed to fight against Fulani henchmen who are in our forest, who were raping our women, destroying crops and all that. So that was why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had to establish ESN with the DOS after waiting for so many years for the Southeast leaders to do something. They refused to do something because in the Southwest they established Amatekun. Okay, in the North they also have a security force. So we were like we are having nothing. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB brought up ESN, and since then we can testify that our land, our mothers can go to farm. They can, we have not been hearing about this raping of our mothers in forests and all that. These things have stopped. So we must say thanks to IPOB, thanks to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, thanks to the DOS for this initiation that they brought up by bringing a security force in the entire Biafra land. So now, talking about the position of the ESN in Biafra land, we can see that why we have ESN in Biafra land who is doing a very good work. In the other part of the North, they were trying to suppress, to destroy ESN so that the bandits or the terrorists in the North, they will be able to move into Biafra land and continue to be carrying out their activities. But thanks to IPOB for being very resolute and, very well structured to continue to maintain ESN, no matter how, despite the trials, of the challenges that came in after Mazi was kidnapped, etc. they continue to maintain ESN to be intact. Now, I'm taking this is taking us to what is happening now in the north. Okay, few days ago, I was on my platform on TikTok doing a program, and some group of youths approached me. You know, they are Ariwa youths. I was like, this is something that Mazi have already said, you know. So they approached me, and they told me that there's war, that there's here in Ariwa land, that they have formed a movement. They call themselves Ariwa movement. Okay. So I was not interviewing them. They were not telling me that the bandits have ravaged their lands, that even they kidnapped 45 girls in a federal high school in Zamfara state, and also told me some activities by the Nigerian army that, you know, because of their unprofessionalism, they had to kill, you know, to murder about 85 people in a community, you know. So I think it was in Kaduna state. So these guys, they shared their audio clips, everything that the plans that they plan to be doing protest on a daily basis. So some of them were not telling me that their agenda is to fight for self-determination, but first they want to be strategic so that the girls that were kidnapped will be released to them. So this brings us back to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been hammering on. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this campaign when he was in the UK. Then he have never talked about Biafra. He was even agitating for the interests of the North, because Boko Haram is in the North. So he was campaigning for these people's interests, but then they never listened to him. They thought, oh, this man, you know, because of whatever they believe in, they were feeling maybe that is what is more important to them. Their religion is more important to them, not their security. So they never listened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And today, as it is today, these men are coming to apologize. I have their clips. They are apologizing that they have really wronged the people of the South. They were listening to their leaders, and today what is happening? The bandits are killing their people. They are tired of burying their people. So I would like to bring one of the clip. Of course, I'm going to mute it because of the audio. So I want you to watch this very video from. Okay, this is not the right one. Okay, so is this one?
Minister, we have NSA from.
So this is a protest that was organized in the North, okay? According to them, they said they organized it in the 19th state of the North, and they will be doing it every day until those girls will be released. So I will play this audio clip, this video, and then I will play a very short clip of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu where he prophesied. He saw it coming and he said it. When we say Mazi is a prophet, there is no pastor or prophet in Nigeria that have ever been accurate the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. Mazi saw the election and said that Tinubu will be there. Without being voted for, it will be selected. He said it and it happened. Mazi said your PVC is useless. It's not going to be counted, and it happened. He has said so many things that Nigerians are seeing today. He talked about the currency, that the currency will be devalued. What is happening today? 1 euro is equivalent to 130 naira. Okay, so these are things that this man have said. All these things he has been fighting for, and they went to pick him. People who are saying that what this man is saying is exactly what is happening. Instead of them to speak for the release of this man, they kept mute. So I want us to watch this video, and then I will play the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Our region, so they should do something to bring these girls back. Their parents are in very serious condition. We have been together with them. They are there in Zamfara now protesting like we are doing now in Kanu. So we are doing this until we are not going to stop until they bring back our girls. And this incident that happened in Kaduna, we have a serious matter on that. Let them do something. Let them punish those that bomb our innocent people that were doing Maulid. They were just celebrating the Prophet Muhammad, and they bombed them. It has been long that they are doing this as a mistake. It happened in Kaduna, in Tepi, in so many.
Okay, so I will remove this, and then I will bring the audio of our supreme leader. So we can see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is indeed a prophet. Okay, yeah, I'm bringing this very one, then I'm going to mute it because of the audio. I just want us to watch the video. So you can read the capture. The Ariwa people must wake up. I intentionally remove the clip. Ariwa is bleeding. So now they are feeling the pain even more than we do. You know, if not for the ESN, we'll be crying like these people today. United Voice of Ariwa. Okay, so let me bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's prophecy about this event that is happening in the north.
You to come are the people that created it. And as I said to Nigeria, to the military high command in Nigeria, you see, and to the hearing of the whole world, we do things in a very different way from all of you. We know that you're very stupid. You are fallen, you're Janjaweed, you're hopeless. You will come down to the south. You will hear Biafra, you hear IPOB, you hear Nnamdi Kanu, and your blood will rush to your brain. And you come to the south. And as you're moving your so-called regular troops to the south to come and fight IPOB that are unarmed, the real guys are dealing with you in the north. That is why today there was nobody to defend your military base in Borno, in Minok. They killed 30 of you. You see how foolish you are. We know what we are doing. By the time you come to the east, you're going to die there, mind you. And as you're dying already, you will die there. By the time you go back to the north, as the Hausas discovered, as the Gwari people discovered, you have no village anymore. Somebody from Timbuktu is now in your father's compound. That's my plan. To draw you to the east, where you're going to die anyway, to allow your lands in the north to be ravaged by the very worst that man can produce in Fulani.
So, Mazi, what manner of man is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? A man that say things, he say things and they come to pass. What manner of man is this man called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Please, I would like you to just deliberate a little bit on these events, because it's just too accurate. The audio clips that this guy sent to me, there are just too many that I cannot be playing them, you know, but they are apologizing that they are begging the Southerners that they have really wronged us, that they cannot see that what we are agitating for, why we have been calling for Biafra to exit is a very good thing that we have been doing, but because of their leaders who have been brainwashing them, that's why they are supporting the leaders. But today they see that they are being killed. Okay, now that they have been killed, they are calling on the leaders. The leaders are not listening to them. So they decided to take it upon themselves that they want to fight for Ariwa nation, that it is better for Nigeria to everybody to go their separate ways. That is the audio clip they sent to me, but I don't want to play it here. So Mazi, what manner of man is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Let me leave it to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, my sister. You know, first of all, let me talk about what the Northerners and the Yoruba people are facing and what we are facing. It is not the same. What we are facing is envy because of our blessings. But other Nigerians are facing punishment of their evil deeds against us. That is how their own is different. That is why they cannot be bold enough to stand on their feet, because they have offended us. They conspire with their government. Just like recent times, I'm coming back to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Just like recent times, to show hatred of Nigerians against us as a people. Nigerian youth started NSAS and ended NSAS. But Nnamdi Kanu, in the 15 amended count charges, there was NSAS there. We expected from Nigerian youths to go to the Ministry of Justice in Abuja and protest and ask them to remove the charge bordering NSAS against Nnamdi Kanu, because it was carried on by Nigerian youths. They didn't do it. To their expectation, they were expecting Nnamdi Kanu to be convicted with their NSAS, instead of them to confront the Attorney General and say, remove this charge, this one is wrong. That is to say, they support evil. Now, currently, because they might say, hey, 1967, I wasn't aware, I wasn't involved, so I will not partake in it. This current one, Nnamdi Kanu revealed that Buhari died. Nigerians, all of them, they knew it, they are aware, but because Nnamdi Kanu said it. Now, when Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya and brought back to Nigeria, we expected Nigerian youths to confront the Minister of Justice and said, why is it that in all the charges against Nnamdi Kanu, you did not add that he said Buhari died? That is to say, the Nigerian citizens are wicked, even to themselves. So they are suffering their wickedness, and we are facing hatred. And that is why we can stand up boldly to confront our enemies, because we committed nothing. But for them, they committed it. That is the scenario the Nigerian government wanted to set. They want to play a game that terrorism issue will be all over Nigeria. They even abandoned terrorism in the north. What they told the media to be saying, insecurity in the east, insecurity in the east, insecurity in the east, because they want to go back to the US government to grant them the order to use Tucano air fighter officially, because they are using insecurity in our land. That's why they want to make sure that the world believe that IPOB is terrorist, ESN is terrorist, because you cannot be telling the world that there is terrorism in the east without calling the name of the terrorist group. That is one thing Nigeria want to play. They want to show you that if you are calling Boko Haram, you must call IPOB terrorist, because you cannot say there is terrorism in the east without calling the name of the group. That's why you keep hearing them. IPOB, ESN. That's why they recruited people to be shouting, IPOB, ESN, IPOB, ESN, our men, because they want us to be involved. Now, on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, the manner of man he is, let me go back to what the late father of Nnamdi Kanu, the late Israel Kanu, told Ojo Zokalo in 2016 in his palace, in the palace of late Israel Kanu of Afaruku. He told Ojo Zokalo that, one, Nnamdi Kanu is a grown-up man. Two, that they should go there where they kept him and settle with him. That they should stop coming here to disturb him and the family. But one thing he wants to tell them is that this is his son. That since he was born, there is nothing he holds like this, and he will leave it without taking that thing. So that they are not begging them. What they are telling them is to go there and settle with him. But as for Kanu, for them to decide for him, they said they will not do it. He's a grown-up man. So they told Ojo Zokalo, we don't have business with you. Go and settle with him in wherever you kept him. So Nnamdi Kanu is a different man. That's why some people will come up and say, he's doing like Nnamdi Kanu and say you are a fool, you are an idiot. So because is it slip of tongue? that you say somebody is doing like Nnamdi Kanu? Why must somebody say that? Even acting, you are not, you are doing like it. Hey, he's doing like our leader. He's doing like, is it on what? On what now? Somebody that have not stand on ground and discuss Biafra with 2 or 3 people. Nnamdi Kanu have been here. Nnamdi Kanu eat mama put. Nnamdi Kanu broadcast from Biafra land. Nnamdi Kanu even followed to set up some transmitters. Nnamdi Kanu worked very hard. Nnamdi Kanu, when he used to arrive here, we walk with him on the street. We walk with him on the street. He arrives here. A very special man. You will be delaying to do something. You are delaying. You will see him removing his clothes to do it. A very special man. That's why when Nigeria was gathering, thinking that through the politicians or some other people or infiltrator, that there is something they will play and divert our attention, now we will now forget Nnamdi Kanu. We ask them, are we forgetting Nnamdi Kanu? The only thing that remained for us, before we were empty, you took oil, you took coal, you took you took all our mineral resources. Now you even brought division. You gave Obasanjo geopolitical zone. He kept south-west. They become one. He gave us south-south. Right? Now, when Jonathan was mistakenly president, you didn't allow him. You formed Boko Haram. What have we done? Now, you gave the North 3 geopolitical zone. They remain North. They vote in the name of North. Why is it that after all these things, okay, 1993, Abiola contested, Tofa contested, they are not from the East, but we are the people that was victim of Osa Abiola. So, the only thing left for us is in Nnamdi Kanu. Through Nnamdi Kanu, we get IPOB. Through IPOB, we get ESM. How can somebody hold Nnamdi Kanu and think that somehow, someday, that we will forget him? Or you can convince us? That must be mad or dreaming. No, dream cannot be that. That is madness. Nobody can make have such dream. It must be madness. That you take everything that belongs to us. The only thing remaining is Nnamdi Kanu that we do not even ask for. He was given to us by our God, surprisingly. So this last one we are holding, you think you can deceive us or convince us to forget him? You are not even dreaming. You must be mad. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is special. No comparison, nothing. That's why some people will come and tell us, do your own now, leave infiltrate and say you are a fool. This is not business, Igbo businessman. That you just go and open your own shop. We don't do our own. We are supporting Nnamdi Kanu to restore Biafra. Our God called him. So we are not here to do our own. Now go and open your shop. Go and start doing your own. It is not do your own here. We are solidarity with him and we must remain with him. He's special to us. There is nothing that have come to Nigeria that is special to be compared with Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you so much for defining who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. He is a prophet. He is a wonderful man. Anyway, I will say this because for me, he's my living hero. Okay, I have never seen a man like him. When he's talking, when he speaks, you know, sometimes I just feel that why is it that people cannot see what I'm seeing in him? Why? How come these people cannot see what I'm seeing in him? So I'm so grateful to be a part of what we are doing and part of this very struggle headed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So I don't know, we'll be taking some calls, a few calls before we close this program. I'm sure that Biafrans will be very pleased to call in to also ask some questions. The number to call on is on the screen. As you can see, our fearless evangelist is ever ready to answer your questions. Now you can see the number is +33 753 904 725 +33 753 904 725. Biafrans, this is a WhatsApp number. You can call us and then we'll pick your call and you ask your questions. Thank you very much. So we will be we have to put a music. While waiting for a call to come in. Okay.
When they throw him African juju, oh no, yeah, yeah, oh, bring up the cannon now. Let me hear you sing, bring up the cannon now. Bring up the cannon, bring up the cannon now. Bring up the cannon now. Because of envy, we love him, he's one and only. We follow him because he's ready to die for the freedom of his people. Whatever he said is a prophecy. Take it on your living letter, you believe. He's so fanatical and ever ready to die for the freedom of his people. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. Bring up the cannon now. 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 The cannon now. Bring up the cannon now. Bring up the cannon now.
Known as Biafra, and I was just watching my wonderful brother. The analysis is so powerful, and it's not even the truth. And I want to appreciate my wonderful sister, the face of Biafra, Ejiro Biafra. Happy evangelist, you have just hit the hammer at the top of the nail by tackling the issue of Gumi of Kanu. So I must use Igbo for this.
Go ahead.
Ife Prukere, Ilatago, Ijizere Ipilma, I'll be evangelist. We don't really want to make it. You see, Ife Prukere, Dagazi, all Biafra.
Oh, yeah, Biafra. Mazi, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Everybody on my journey freedom the Kanu, yeah, freedom the Kanu.
Hello. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. Fearless evangelist, my brother. How are you?
I'm fine, mommy. Good evening.
Good evening from here. Oh, good afternoon. Oh, I thank you guys. And I always said that there was, they said, they're the one that started the statement. What you don't know is bigger than you, but they know nothing.
Exactly.
They always say what you don't know is bigger than you. What is bigger than you? What do they want those who say it?
That's it now. What you don't know is bigger than you.
Bigger than you, but they know nothing. I always tell people, they know nothing.
Mind game.
Then at the end of the day, I just, we can't say congratulations to all Biafrans for the winning of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has won the case.
Absolutely.
Because he said he's going to win them in their own courts. He started from the lower court to the last court. So he has won everything. It's just that it's just a shame. They don't know what they're doing, and they're sending it because Bitanyaku is running away her responsibility, and she's going to do the right thing. She's going to do the right thing because she was the one that's supposed to discharge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on set. Somebody, they came to the house. He's supposed to go to the court, and he was preparing for the court, and these people came to kill him. And you continue dodging the case, dodging it, moving it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a tough man. He's somebody that is tough. He's not like any other person that you can use money to deceive. He's not like any other man. And that's why when you say you are, even the politicians in Igbo land, they know how important he is. It's just because of their stupidity. There's none of them that want anything to happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they are cowards. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is even helping them in their own political career. But they will not tell you. He's helping them because without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are gone. Because they are just nothing, because they have sold themselves to these people and they worth nothing because of peanuts. And when you have already demolished yourself to nothing, you worth nothing. And those people will make you worthless. Mm-hmm. It's only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is even making them worth something. And none of them, in reality, want anything to happen to that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as I'm telling you. Yeah. So, but they cannot come out and fight for him openly because they are cowards. They have soiled their hands. But then anytime they come out, because if I have soiled my hand with something, I will not be able to come out openly to say something because somebody will come and accuse me of something because I've done something that is wrong. But if you are an upright person, you can uphold your head high and come out and say something. That's why, because the Twitter, Mazi Chinasa Woru tweeted about those 4 people, our elders that were going to Kanu, to Abuja to fight for the release because they did not soil their hands. Mm-hmm. They were going. But all these politicians, they have soiled their hand in one way or the other. Maybe they have done one bad thing or the other with them that they cannot come out openly. But none of them, I tell you, none of them want anything to happen to that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yeah. So now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has won Nigeria outrightly. Absolutely. And there's nothing they can do than to release him. Yeah. They don't have any alternative than to release him because they're going to release him because he doesn't have any case to answer. After all, is it the Federal High Court or whatever, or the appeal court say he should not stand trial in any court in Nigeria. Are they not stupid to push him to Supreme Court? Supreme Court is not even supposed. The devil punish them, they still start hear the case. Because when the appeal court has told you, which is lower than the Supreme, you understand? Supreme is not supposed to allow that case to come to them. Then being that God wants to punish them, they still hear the case and pronounce their judgment, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not guilty of any offense. They said that the army, they are guilty of the offense. Yes. Which they came to kill up to 40 people in the compound of a king. A king. And nobody in Igbo land is even fought for that. I don't think any, like let's say Oba, you can go to Oba or go to Arewa Kings to kill anybody in their king palace, and the Nigeria will remain the same. But they came to Igbo land and kill and mess up the throne. The blood is in that house, and nobody said anything. Okay. They went again. God punished them again. They went again to do what? To capture him, to kidnap him, beat him up, try to kill him. But the God on the side of Biafrans uphold him because it's not by the power of anybody. It's just because of the power of Chukwu Abiyama. That's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still alive.
Yes.
If not, none of us would have knew what happened to him. And this iniquity of the siblings will come out and say something else. And they will start blaming DOS. Innocent people will start suffering out of nothing. May God help us and uphold his life. And the Supreme Court said they are guilty of what? Going to Kenya to kidnap him. So the Supreme Court is still uphold that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not guilty. So what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? So that one is, by the way, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is as free as anything. It's just like I know in my own mind that maybe there are some certain things they want him to sign and he's refusing to sign them. Something that will favor them, which he will not agree to it, because many of us have died. Many people even died in his compound. The father died, the mother died, a lot of bloods are involved. Why would he sign something that will not benefit Biafrans? I think it's what is holding him. If not, that many people they have hold, they will tell you to sign something, and he will sign, he would have come out since. So now, I finished Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, God will continue. God, who has been keeping him for 3 years, will continue keeping him until they will soon release him. There's no how they will not release him.
Definitely.
So on the side of his ESN, I always tell people that, you know, some people they must be stupid. Like somebody who is not part of the formation will come and tell you that he's in charge of ESN, and idiots will believe. Idiots will believe. You believe and you'll be giving your money, which I always say that it's none of my business. Because you are the one that fetch the money, you are the one that know how you want to use your money.
Absolutely.
If you want to go put your money in the dustbin, that is your business. It's none of my business. Because I know how to manage my own money, because I suffer for it. I can't go and give somebody who is doing nothing. Because I know it's not working. He's not working. He's depending. He has been looking for opportunity to be like somebody who he cannot compare himself. Even 1/10 or 1 million, 0.0000001% of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he cannot even get it. But he wants to be like him. He wants to be like him. He doesn't. He's not a humble person. There's no way you can compare. And somebody from nowhere who doesn't know where something started. He doesn't know the formation. He doesn't know how they head. He doesn't know how they tell. We come and tell you I'm in charge. I'm doing fundraising. And the idiots are putting their money. Because that is how I can clarify you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody who has put his money in the raising of ESN, he said ESN, you must be very stupid and foolish. I'm sorry to use that statement. Because that is what it looks like. So it means that you don't have any poor person in your village. You can go and spend that money on. You don't have beggars on the street. Because you are just giving a lazy man money to come and cook indomie for you on television and doing content for you. And you say you are fighting for freedom. You are fighting, you are giving ESN money. And I'm just using this opportunity again because you are talking about the website. You know, you start looking at how poor, it doesn't matter how the education, that Reverend Father that gave a password to this idiot of our area account. Because he wasn't in charge, he doesn't know anything. He was just like when he started after the ESN, when everybody during that COVID time, and people, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established ESN, you know, a lot of people, they are indoor, they are not doing anything. COVID IPOB members, you know, they were not doing anything. Everybody were indoor. Everybody was indoor. So you see them, they jump in, and you see somebody that just come in, and that person, you were able to give password of anyway, that Reverend Father will still give account of that Umweri account. Because nobody forced him to give a password to an idiot. Are you getting what I'm saying? He hijacked it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they can see. I'm not going to tell you that ESN, some of them did not derail.
Yeah.
And some of them, the thing ended up in their premature death.
Yeah, of course.
Which this person is going to pay for it. I want to tell them that anybody that contributed their money in the ESN of these idiots is going to pay in one way or the other. It might not be physical, but you are going to receive the portion because you help to kill people, because you are giving your money to the wrong hand and they are using guns to threaten our people. You can see where the money is going. They look at the people who are selling food stuff in the market, our women who are suffering already. You are going to disturb them. You see that your money is going in the wrong way, but every day you people are contributing money. But now it has shown. If they play, they show.
Absolutely.
If they play, they show.
That's so.
So that is why I thank the ESN, the people that stood still until this moment. And I thank IPOB members that stood still until this moment. Continue fighting. Because that initial time, all of us become broadcasters. We are 24 hours on the internet fighting. Because where is it? Where is information? It's on the network. So people are just doing their own thing one way or the other.
Yes.
And we are up till now. As Mazi said, that these people fought. They fought DOS, which is the main pillar. And they fought finance. These two things are the major things in any organization.
Yeah.
They came with very, very big attack. But God sustained.
That's it.
What were they doing? They just want to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because if these two things have gone, especially the leadership,
they would have succeeded.
Eliminated man.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have known where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is, because as we know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS. That is where we know. There are many people you don't know where they are, but we know where they are, where he is. And that was what they were trying to do, because if they succeeded, we will not be talking about political solution, going to court or whatever. We will not be talking about that, because nobody is going to fight for Mazi Nnamdi. That is what some idiots, they don't understand.
Yeah, sister, round up, please. Try to round up, please.
Okay.
Yeah. More
Thank you very much. Like as I said, that anybody that is still on the other side does not love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because all those people who were attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where are they? So thank you, Mazi. Thank you, Ejiro.
Thank you so much.
All the Biafrans. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much for your wonderful contribution. Mazi, do you have anything to add to what she said also?
Okay, thank you. Just hit on.
There is another call coming in. Okay, this will be our last call, because we have spent more than 2 hours. So after this call, you can just analyze. Then go ahead, Matt.
Okay. Wada Ejiro.
Good evening. You're welcome to the program.
The Maduabuchi, fearless evangelism.
Thank you.
I'm Chisom Ejiro, the one I'm calling Asian Medium Warrior.
You're welcome, Mazi.
Yeah, well done. I will first and foremost started with Dele Momodu interview our leader. He said your friend in Aso Rock. What can you say about your friend in Aso Rock? You say it's an. He said yes. The person in Aso Rock is Yusuf Muhammad, Ushekao, of the leader of the Boko Haram, testify that the man in Aso Rock is Yusuf Muhammad. It's Yusuf Muhammad. Then if he can organize Nigerian youth to ask to speak Fufudi, the mother's tongue of the Fulani people, that he will do what? We surrender the Biafran, the IPOB agitators, Biafran restoration, and hand over himself to any nearby security. Let them deal with him, whatever is their wish.
I think this is the highest word can somebody in such magnitude will say. If it's oath, is the highest oath somebody can take, or highest shorty somebody can give. Why not Dele Mohamedu or the Nigerian youth or the Nigerian people or the Nigerian media to carry on? He said not to check in DNA again. Let him speak Fufudi, the Fulani language, to the youth. Then he will surrender the Biafran project. But Dele Mohamedu died. He did not come up with it again till today. Why are they prosecuting? Why are they killing people? When Nnamdi Kanu are giving them the alternative, how to end the Biafran agitators and the Biafran project. And they left it. Start doing another thing. Start killing people. Start spending money. Giving our own oil well free to buy bribe and other things. When Maduabuchi say that the Nigerian youth are wicked, that the Nigerian people are wicked, they are more than, they are mean. Anything more than mean is what they are. That hatred has still them up to date. Here we are up to date. They never forget those things up to today. We are the one offended. When people will come out, they will say peace. How can you make peace without justice? There's no way you will make peace without justice. You cannot make peace without justice. They should have it in mind. And I want to let Tinubu to know the best thing for Tinubu to do as one of the leader of Nadeko. If we can throw back during Nadeko, Tinubu is in the front. He ran away for his life during Abacha. The same thing, the former Senate President David Mike, he did the same thing. Many of them today. Tinubu say he didn't believe in Nigeria. He don't believe in Nigeria. He's everywhere in the net. He's everywhere in the paper. Nadeko stands for justice. Nadeko stands for justice. And which is the front, and which he is in the front line of the Nadeko. Why not him to implement that justice? Nigeria has happened to him. Injustice has happened to him. And he stands against injustice. Why now? That country he say he didn't believe. He has achieved his goal to be the president by tricks or by anything, to be the president. Why not rechange and stand for justice? And let Nnamdi Kanu go and put dates for referendum. That is one. Two, again, I want Tinubu to understand, even though he ruled Nigeria for 1 million years, Nigeria cannot be savage. The only thing for him to do today now is to release Mazi and Kanu and put date for referendum. His name will be written in a gold. Our children will be reading him. We will be immortal. He will be an immortal. But if he say he want to stand to thief money or to do anything, his name will be, tissue paper will be better than his name. Tissue paper that will flush in the toilet will be better than his name. That is what I want to let Tinubu and Co to know. The only good thing he will do, let Biafran go, let Oduduwa go, let Arewa go. His name will be immortalized. Every children will read about him. That is the only thing he will do and get free. If not so, his children will be hurt. Other people's children will be hurt too. They are creating enmity. This hatred has reached, even my own children has known about all these things. How will I take it out from them? There is no way. I have to tell them who they are. I have to tell them where they came from. I have to tell them who hold their uncle and who killed their auntie and who killed their uncle. We have to do all these things open. That is the worst thing that they are doing. Today we have media. In 1976, in 1967, we don't have media. But today we have to media to come out to speak so that humanity will hear and humanity will listen to us. Keep on doing what you guys are doing. We know that some of our people will say that they are disappointed. I'm not disappointed. Nobody should sleep. Nobody should rest. We are moving. Binta Nyako that they are sending us to. Binta Nyako don't want this case. Why they are forcing it to Binta Nyako, Mutala Mohammed, Mutala Nyako is the husband involved himself in criminality and his son. They want to use it as a compensation. That's why they are bringing it back to that Fulani lady called Binta Nyako. But we are telling her that we will not use our leader for your son and your husband. No. Our leader shoe. Even Nigerian president, the whole African president cannot wear our leader shoe.
Yeah, Mazi, please round up. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. The issue is too big.
Thank you so much. There will. Thank you. Over to you, Mazi, evangelist.
Okay, thank you. Let me just touch it. Just touch it. Okay, on our sister's own, I will pick from there, just drop some things there. You know, she talked about their fundraising, as I mentioned before. It was when the very politicians that contracted them said no, we will no longer be pushing money to infiltrator chief individually. What we will now do is, we will now tell him, because this very fundraising was organized by the women that was sent to America by politicians, and not only America, other countries. So these governors who pose on them, everybody call her own women, they now organized and told the Birima that he should be calling for fundraising. Now, during this fundraising, this was how they brought our people into their fundraising. This fundraising is when the governors will send money to their agents in abroad. Now, if they call for this fundraising, the political agents in abroad will be giving money in the fundraising, £200, 400 euro, $400, $100. These are money from politicians, from most of them. They send it to them. And while doing this, they will attract you. You will contribute for the destruction of our land, because the money must go back home. So the political agent will be donating. Then our people that was deceived will be donating. But one thing I asked them, I said, do you know that you have no right to sue Eberima to court? The reason is that you are not running an organization with him. You are just supporting him individually. There is no name of an organization where you contributed your money. There is nothing. Whatever you have bear as a name are declaration. Armed struggle declaration. Government in exile declaration. Liberation Army declaration. Everything is declaration, not a name. Now he have duped you. You are a fool. You have fell in his hand. He have chopped you. You can't take him to court. You must mention the name of the organization, and they don't have a name. Only IPOB have a name. That's why they refuse to have a name. What you used to see, someone ever sit at home, someone ever comment in exile. What is the name of your group? That is where you fell. But you told me you went to school. You are civilized. You see, he have duped you. Take him to court now. They will ask you, what is the name of organization? You'll be looking at your stupidity, because you were sponsoring an individual, a criminal. He's the one declared government in exile. He's the one who told you that the world have anything to do with an individual in terms of freedom fighting. You must have a structure. You must have an organization where the world will approach you. That will be your address. Now, coming to what our brother was saying, it is right that we take our stand, because the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the program of God. And that is why he have disgraced Nigeria in a pay court. And that is why he allowed
fearless evangelists have been kicked out by the network. I think he's going to come back. While waiting for him, I have to call our brother back. I think this will be our last caller. I promised to call him back. He has been calling. So while waiting for Fearless. Okay, Fearless is back.
So I'm just rounding up. So our people must know that at this point in time, we expected it. But we are asking you to be calm so that we can reach here. Nigeria don't want us to reach here. We have reached here. Forget about the other things we will do. Firstly, you have tried by supporting Nnamdi Kanu during his trial. So this time of persecution, we will also do what we are supposed to do. But what you must do for IPOB is to abide under a command. Do not go. You must abide under the central command. Remember that IPOB under one leadership, under one central command, under one directorate, and under one coordination all over the world. This is what our people must know. And that is our only channel of victory. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you, our people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mazi, I need to call this our brother back. Just after his call, they will end the program. I know we have spent a lot of time and it's not really easy. I can see you're sweating a lot, you know. So let me just call him back. It will make his a very brief contribution.
Okay.
I think they are taking too much time. Hello, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Sister Ejiro.
Yeah, Mazi, please, just 2 minutes, please. We are running out of time, please.
Okay, no problem. I just want to appreciate you guys, and what you did is great. Fearless, my able evangelist, well done. So,
thank you.
Ejiro, what I want to say is, I want to thank all the IBOB members, especially the DOS. There is something, I don't know how to say this, but let me put it this way, that, you know, whatever that is going on now, I hope IBOB, they are monitoring the ground. And for example, what I mean is, you know, this clamor going on back and forth with everything. I don't want to call its name now, but religion. But there is a branch in IBOB that I don't hear much a lot. The educational part of IBOB. Is that still existing?
Okay, Mazi, Fearless. Did you hear his question? He's asking if the
okay, ask me. Yes.
He's asking if the educational section of IPOB still exists. That he's not hearing from them.
Educational department.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. You know, there are many things IPOB have, but some of them are somehow running, but their duty is to declare it or establish it, then it will be in place. At times, it will be as if it is not running. At times, they will keep it for a special purpose. There is something government will do, they will implement this thing. Or there is a place where we will reach, or stage where we reach, we will implement it fully. But for now, I cannot just clear it for you because there are people that is in their hand. But for us to be clear is that whatever IPOB have established is there. The only thing is that just like Nigerian flag, we ban it in our land. We ban Fulani cow. We buy all these things. There are other medical departments in IPOB also. We have them, but some of them comes up when duty calls. But if you have something to throw in there, if you throw in, those in charge will also receive it. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you, brother. Thank you, bro. My brother Evangelist. So what I want to throw in there immediately is that, you see, all this clamor of everything, I think it is that educational session will help to summarize them and put them in place. Example is, I'm not trying to begin to another thing now, but this clamor of Omenala, religion and things like that. But for me, it is the duty of the educational session to watch it and also come out with a very synthetic, a very good idea on how to do all of those things, because everybody now is looking onto IBOB. And another thing is, I mean, all of this will come with time anyway. And, you know, when people are doing something and you find out that they don't have direction, but
they want IPOB like to give them that direction. So that is why I think, in as much as we are doing this, it's also we should be coming out with answers or what people will hold on, or what people can hold on, or what people will follow. Another thing also is I want to thank our HOD, Mazi Chikedozim. Mazi Chikedozim said something in his last broadcast. He said that he's silent for a long time is strategical. And that gladdens my heart a lot. He said he's silent, that he has not been speaking in a long time is strategical. And if you look at it, it is indeed strategical.
Absolutely.
Because had it been that Mazi Chikedozim comes out and begin to talk, and everybody that talks, he will reply, it will be like we are children are doing something. So what that means for us also is to be strategic. Like our Mazi.
Mazi, you are taking 5 minutes already. Please.
Our Mazi evangelist does it. And Sister Ejiro, I think you do it also. And I want others also to follow. Our sister Efe does it also. Our sister Efe, she does it very, very well. And others also, they do it, but we need to do it more. Well, I want to say, I think I need to make out time so that some of the things I will put it in place. But finally, the Ekberima. For me, Ekberima, there are two things I always say that if we do not do it, it then means that it's like a joke. Is either Ekberima goes into 6 feet or inside the jail. So if we have not done this, for me personally, if we have not done this, I will not be satisfied in this life, honestly speaking. Thank you very much.
Mazi, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I will just comment on this last comment that he made about Ekberima going to 6 feet. I know you are hearing us from the background. IPOB is not after Ekberima. Ekberima is nobody. Why would IPOB waste time and resources in searching for him? We all know where he lives, So he is not, he's nobody, and we are not going after him in any way. So my brother, you just remove that from your mind. Take it off your mind. It's a complete failure. It doesn't deserve our attention up to that extent, not at all. Okay, and we don't kill our own. Okay,
and on that, the very current things that will be playing out now will automatically mark Ekberima out of the field. They will be out of the field because they have no new thing to play. They have no new thing to play. After 2 years, they have played it. So anything we are doing will keep them behind. That's the only strategy. When Biafra come, everybody will adopt.
He has been neutralized already. So that I think we are done for today. Mazi, I would just like you to make your closing remark. And personally, I thank you for the good work that you have done. So over to you, Mazi.
Thank you. It will be short. Our people, we thank you. And, we are drawing your attention closer. You have seen some people that were shouting, killing our people, destroying our land, telling you it's for free Nnamdi Kanu. Finally, you have seen what IPOB was trying to maintain. Nigeria don't want us to be there. We have been here and we have been there, and they have disgraced themselves. Now, you have to come back. Like DOS said the other day, those who recognize and discover that they have been wrongly, they have been in a wrong place, they are free to make their way, make a turn back, because it is time. That is to say, our duty on media is not hatred, just to make you to know what you are doing, so that you will be sure, because you cannot blame Nnamdi Kanu. We have everything to present to him, which will stand against you, that he did the right thing, because he kept us to explain to you. So what you have to do now is to go back. That's what they ask you. We are not pursuing you, but our duty is to clear the air and tell you when you are going wrong and our intention and the kind of Biafra we need. So we'll continue to agitate, as our leader said. He told Nnamdi, when he asked me if referendum fell, what next? Our leader said, we'll keep agitating and it must be referendum. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Biafrans. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mazi, Fearless. Thank you for the good work. Thank you for well spoken. Thank you for schooling our people, for educating them, letting them know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have indeed won the case against Nigeria government, right? Like he rightly said, that I will destroy Nigeria with the truth and I will defeat Nigeria in their own court. Everything has been accomplished. He has done it. So I really must thank you. I say thank you so much, Mazi. Today we have come to the end of this program. We want to use the opportunity to tell the DOS and appreciate Biafrans all over the world for the good work you all are doing. Keep doing it. Our leader will work out majestically very soon in no distance time. So see you in the next one and say bye for now. Bye bye for now.
The spirit of Biafra, who led free Nnamdi Kanu, get it for Melo. I keep on one Nanyasi, get it for Melo. One Ejiro, one get it for Melo. Onye ndụ n'ebe